And we are joined now by Ric's daughter, WWE superstar Charlotte Flair. Thank you for joining us this morning. And I was just telling you, Charlotte, the film is absolutely fascinating. And in it, your dad says, "I only wanted to be Ric Flair."
He did, and he doesn't apologize for it. And I couldn't be more proud of him and honored to be a part of the film.
What does it say to you when you hear that, though? Who is Ric Flair to you?
Well, I think, to me, he's dad. But, after this film, the world seeing what the Nature Boy means to so many fans, that he's this larger-than-life character, and that became who he was inside the ring and outside of the ring. And that's, possibly what made him the greatest of all time.
He was incredibly candid throughout the film about his lifestyle, about being with more than 10,000 women in his life, about having 10 beers, to kind of start the day, and then he'd go have 5 vodka mixed drinks, and he did that for more than 20 years, and this is what his life was. How do you respond when you hear that about your dad?
I'm just proud of him to be so open and honest. Most people aren't honest with themselves, and in this film, he was so self-deprecating that makes me, proud of him, that he could admit, hey, maybe I didn't, do everything right, but this is what I did right and this is what I did wrong. And he owned that in this film. And that's what I think people will take away from this.
His success is undeniable. He's a 2-time Hall of Fame inductee. In your mind, and now you're living this career, how did he change this sport?
Wow, I think from his swagger, he was before his time. He was bling before bling was bling, as Snoop would like to say. His character was larger than life, but with the robes, and he brought that, and you could feel that. And when the fans were watching my dad, you could never tell if this is real or is this fake. And that's what made him so special, is every ounce of energy went to being the Nature Boy.
Your father said in the film, and I got chills when I heard him say it, he said, "My greatest moment in my career was when Charlotte won that title."
Oh, you're gonna make me emotional.
How does that make you feel?
Just to continue his legacy, he spent 45 plus years creating this, 2-time Hall of Famer, greatest of all time, larger than life legacy, and knowing that I'm continuing his legacy, it means the world to me.
He talked about living his life vicariously through you. It's exactly what he said he does now. How does that impact the way you go about your career?
It makes me try that much harder. I wouldn't change my unlikely journey to the WWE, and I talk about that in our book that's now available, Second Nature. But knowing, what my dad means to the industry makes me work that much harder, because I also want to be the best at, what I do, and I want the fans to feel my emotion and go on that roller coaster that, the talent does at WWE.
Why did you just call it unlikely?
Unlikely? Because I never wanted to be a WWE superstar. I played sports growing up, and I didn't start in WWE till 2012 because it was my little brother's dream, and really, I found a passion, and it changed my life.
Your dad had a health scare in an emergency surgery in August. How's he doing?
He's doing really well. He's actually at home watching me right now. I know he's beaming. He's my biggest fan.
Well, then, hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. And since your dad is watching, how do you hope that he will be remembered?
As the greatest of all time. Really, no, as the greatest of all time, and that he paid the ultimate sacrifice to be the greatest of all time. And he's not sorry for who he is, and he's able to give this raw, real, emotional in this story. And I can't wait for the rest of the world to get to know the Nature Boy.
And they get to see it in 12 days. 30 for 30 Nature Boy debuting on ESPN November 7th. Charlotte Flair, congratulations to you and all of your success. And thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And hi, Dad.
Bye, Dad.